paint. Okay.
I have a small house in a HOA community. Most of the rules are basic and hardly enforced. However, we got a self-appointed president who did his things his way. We eventually got a lawyer involved and got him out. However, one time he started saying we needed approval for everything, which was incorrect. He even said if we paint our house we need approval. So had the house pressure washed, which left paint flaking on the foundation. He sent me a letter. So I painted it black. He sends another letter. Not an approved color. Looked at bylaws and there was no mention of color. So I left it black, painted the door lime green and shutters pink. He sends another letter. My lawyer sent a letter. After the president was ousted, I painted my house back to nicer colors. My friends helped me both times, so other than a case of beer and a few gallons paint, I wasn't out anything. I like that you painted it back to normal colors so ahead whenever he drives by, it's blatantly obvious that you only fucked with the colors to piss him off. I once, jokingly, told a member of the HOA that I was going to paint my house bright purple. He almost had an aneurysm before I could tell him I was kidding. I had lived there with my mom for years until she died at 95. Afterwards, I couldn't wait to get out of there and move to a normal neighborhood. Living under HOA is a nightmare. When I bought my current house, my number one criteria was no HOA. We actually sued the previous president for misappropriation of funds. His house was sold so he doesn't drive by. He was the type of president that would ride around the community and look for things. We had our meetings at the police station. It got so bad. The chief actually told the president he was contacting the state attorney office based on the nonsense he heard. That's when lawyers got involved in the court system. Embezzlement. HOA are a nightmare. Luckily, ours isn't too bad. They'll send a letter and picture of a dead plant in our front yard and tell us we have until room and 20/room and 20 to replace it. I'm like, nope. We live in Vegas and only allowed to water 1-2 times a week. Not gonna keep spending money on your aesthetic if I can't take care of it correctly. There is a house down the street painted bright teal with purple trim. It is, quite frankly, the most hideous paint job I have ever seen. But it's not my house, so I don't really care. It amazes me how many people get their pandas in a twist over someone else's property.